Loved ones, what's happening? You know what? Coming to realization, y'all don't really know much about me, man. So I'm gonna make a little quick video right now to let you know a little bit about who I am. Um, I ain't finna teach nothing. It's just a little talk. So I've been dancing ever since I was a kid. My first talent show, man, I was 5 years old at my kindergarten school, whatever, elementary school, and inspired by certain movies like Breaking One, Breaking Two, Electric Boogaloo, Beach Street, and all that. And I had also these older cousins, man. My cousin Yanni, my big cousin Eric. They were straight up house heads. Like my family loved to party when we got together. I mean, we a family that just loved funk like a mug, a little disco here or there. But man, when my cousins came, man, I knew I was finna hear some house music, man. They'll turn on the radio. Back in the day, it was WBMX, the Hot Mix 5 and all that. Y'all look them folks up, man, 'cause they jammed. I mean, they still doing their thing, but I don't think they got, I think they got an app, whatever, where you can hear their old mixes and stuff. Anyway, though, so I used to always dance, man. I used to love to dance, especially hip hop. I wanted to be that one dude, man, that little kid that danced on stage next to MC Hammer and stuff. And you know how, the big dudes at the time as far as dance, MC Hammer, Michael Jackson back then. Um, so I always gravitated to it, dance and music. But as I got older, man, I got into like house started kind of transitioning. It became to turn into a ghetto house. And around that time, I moved down south for a little bit, man. Moved down to Alabama, and I can remember coming up for a summer, and it was my mom's boyfriend at the time. He was like, "Man, Thomas, you got to hear this cut." It's like, you got to hear this cut called The Percolator. It's like, man, it's like, man, we got to catch it on the radio because we didn't have the internet back then where you could just play a song whenever you felt like it. So we rode around till they doggone played the song. It was WGCI back then. But yeah, I'm taking some of y'all back. But so yeah, finally heard The Percolator. I was like, dang, this is raw. And then that same summer, I had went to this event, and I know it's kind of forbidden to say his name, but I'm gonna say his name anyway. Because of what he did, whatever. He's away doing some time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm just R. Kelly. So he had he had a picnic on the south side of Chicago. I think it was Washington Park, man. I can't remember, but this had to have been like 1992, man. So Percolator was hot. He had this picnic, I guess, to give back to the community or whatever. And it was this group there, man. This is back when Finger Waves was popping. So like, it was live with the Finger Waves. So like me and a couple of my aunts and friend of the family, they take me up there. I'm like probably about 12 years old at that time. 92, 93. Yeah, 92, yeah, because we was about to move back up from Alabama. So anyway, so they had this picnic, man, and they had this little exhibit, man. They had this group. And hey, for y'all that's listening, I can't remember the name of the group. I think it was either House of Maddox or Total Impact, right? But anyway, man, they had the Swish outfits, you know what I mean? The windbreaker outfits and these finger waves, and they played The Percolator. Man, and it was like, man, it was about 20 something of them. But anyway, so they got to doing their thing, and I was like, dang. And they started footworking. And like, I was already up on dancing, popping, locking. I was like into the hip hop, the breaking and whatever. But then I see these cats footworking. I'm like, man, what is that? So I'm like, dude, I had to learn it. I hear somebody, I'm in the basement. I hear one of my, hey, Sweetums. That's my daughter. I got three little jokers. So, and you supposed to be in the bed. You go, girl, tell mommy to get tell my. She sent y'all down here. Hey, Caleb, I'll get with you in a little bit. All right. Hold on. I might have to retake this. Hold on. Let me do it. Do another video. Okay, let me pick it back up. My little one's supposed to be in the bed. They come on down this basement. So where I leave off at, I was talking about, okay, yeah, the picnic or whatever, which dance group was snapping. So it was the House of Matters and Total Impact. One of them two, man. Maybe Phase Squad, one of them. But they was killing it. And I saw footwork. I'm like, man, I got to learn this. So I didn't live in the city. I had relatives out there, but I live in the outskirts, man. I'll go ahead and say it, man. I'm from Joliet, and I ain't ashamed neither. It's a different kind of place, not too far from Chicago. What'd you say, baby? Don't forget to say, I told y'all, my daughter. She always remind me to say subscribe. I'm not to that part yet, baby, but thank you. Um, so I gotta learn this. I gotta learn this. I'm out in the outskirts, so it wasn't as big then, man. But of course, a lot of folks in Joliet got family in Chicago. You know, it's like an outskirts, somewhat country, somewhat suburbanish, somewhat city, all in the same town. So I'm like, dude, I gotta learn this. So around that time, I'm in junior high school, start going to parties and everything, and picking up the moves. And then I showed y'all today's episode, the Irk and Jerk. So there was this TV show around eighth grade, or maybe 93, 94, around that time. There was a TV show. This is back before y'all had like 10,000 channels. So this is what it was on Channel 26. It was the U. So there was this show called You Dance with B96. It's one of like the dance radio stations, right? So on the real, it was kind of like modern day pop house version of Soul Train. A lot of blacks, Hispanics, Latinos and stuff. There was some Caucasians there too. It was cool. Everybody got along, party, had a good time. But it didn't. Not one episode went by where you didn't see at least one person do that footwork, that basic, the Irk and Jerk. You knew he was gonna see it. So I'm over there. I'm like, dang, this is it. I'm finna learn the basic, the main basic. So I'm practicing it, and when I first started, man, it was sad. It was sad. It wasn't no instruction. I couldn't record it or nothing, so had to go off of memory. I was doing one kick. I was just kicking that one side, man. I kicked that one side, that one and one and one. I went out the door with it, cause like I was just going in one direction. I ain't know how to switch up or nothing. So my first couple of footwork moves, I had to kind of learn from that, just from watching that show. And then junior high started going to the parties. High school come in. That's when it started getting real. This one we made a dance group just for our school to dance around, our area. And then we would also venture off to go like to Harvey, Markham Skating Rink, Dalton. Y'all remember Cavallini's? So we would go out there, man. Party, get some footwork every once in a while, an event in Chicago, and get to these parties and trying to pick up the moves then and there. And I didn't get them, we wouldn't get them down packed, but we kind of made our own renditions of it. Fast forward a little bit, college time, still dancing, and it was fun times, man. So there was one spot, dude, was it Harvey or was it Dalton? But so there was like two clubs, man, two branches, two locations. So we would go, the 50-yard line, man. It was popping at the 50-yard line. So I go out there, college night, Thursday nights. And, that's when I would do my thing. Dalton Expo, that's when the big DJs, they would throw parties there. DJ Sluggo, DJ Chip. Man, dude, it was some fun times, man. The playground folks. And then the DJs, they had a clique called Playground. Then it was Disco Baller cliques. And then it was Beat Down. So, man, I just loved it, man. The music is just ain't nothing like it, man. House music, ghetto house, footwork track, that whole music family, man, is energetic. You hear it, it's like you got to do something to it. So, I learned the moves, man, went down college, and I got kicked out of one college. I wasn't academically right. There wasn't no violent stuff. I just couldn't keep the grades up. I didn't want to be there in the first place. Fortunately, I met my beautiful wife there, but that's a whole nother story. I'm running off at the mouth. But anyway, that's my thing, man. Dance is in me, man. That's I believe that's the talent God's blessed me with. I got gifting as well that people have pointed out to me, and I'm starting to realize that the gifting, one of them is teaching. So why not, use my gifting to help teach, not just dance, but more importantly, some of the Word of God. Some of what He's done with me and done for me in my life. So footwork out, man. That's the way I'm doing it. Sharing love, letting people know about each other. Good people know about other good people. Loving this thing. Got big visions for it. It's going to grow. If y'all hear all that whining, that's my wife's dog. Pepper, I'm trying to do a show, Pepper. Here, let me roll over here a little bit. I'm right here, Pepper. You're not alone. I'm down here. You see me? Here, I'll let y'all see the dog. Here she is. Pepper. You can see why we call her Pepper, right? Yeah. She's straight black with a little bit of specks of white. Pepper, you ain't by yourself. Anyway, yeah, so that's it, man. Love God. I love people, even people that's jacked up. Love them. I stay away from them. I can only deal with certain folks for so long. But yeah, man, I just hope y'all enjoy this, man. Take these moves, learn it, run with it. I got to give a shout out too, because the track, I don't think I shouted out today. So the track that I was used to practice with was made by Andre Thompson from Onus Music. Shouts out to Onus, the baddest band in the land. And DJ Cornerstone to help make that track for me to demonstrate footwork to y'all. I try to keep everything as Christ-like as possible without being real preachy. I'm me. I'm going to be me all the way. So I think that's about it. That's a little bit about me. I'm nearing 40 and feeling it, but I'm going to keep it moving. This is helping me. Yeah, another thing about me, in case you haven't noticed, man, I'm an 80s kid all the way. I mean, I'd wear Adidas in my sleep. Funky fresh gold chains or whatever. Man, yeah, I mean, my favorite rap decade is 80 to 90. But I do love 90s music. But yeah, pretty much my dance inspirations was a lot of people that y'all don't really know because they ain't necessarily hit the big screen and all that. It was the groups, man. House of Maddox, Phase 2, K59, U5U, House Arrest 2, Phase Squad, Mega Sweat, all them. That was it. I think I'm forgetting somebody. There was other groups too. It was Untouchables. Any cat that was footworking, man. That was some inspiration. Like I was inspired by peers and folks older than me. The other inspirations, besides like your Michael Jackson and MC Hammer, which those were big ones, but all the cast from Breakin', Beat Street, Electric Boogaloo, Barry Gordy's Last Dragon. Yeah, so that was my big inspirations as far as dance and really thinking nobody else. But I tell you, who was an inspiration too at one point. When he came to the forefront, he hit him hard. Was Genuine came. That folks had to step their game up. When Genuine stepped on the scene, man. I remember all them R&B artists started biting, started copying them and everything. I was like, sure, I ain't gonna lie, I bit some of his moves too. I was like, he was cold. I was like, dang, to be locking and all that, to slow cuts. He was doing his thing. Let me see who else. Dance inspiration. Oh man, how could I forget? I'm talking about B Street, but I ain't even mentioned like one of the main dudes, man. Mr. Wiggles. Man, this brother here, man. I mean, when he did the on the Jingle Jangle, the Christmas rap, and this dude came out not footworking, but moonwalking on his knees. I was like, oh snap. Like, I gotta learn that. I did it, but it hurts like a mug, man. I don't know how you did, Mr. Wiggles. You got some thick knees or something, man. It hurt like a mug. My bones scraping the floor and everything. Cause I'm skin and bones, man. I ain't got no meat on. So it's painful, but it's raw. Yep. So yeah, Mr. Wiggles. And I admit too, man, the new generation, I'm inspired by them too. These mugs done took footwork to a whole nother level. You had, what was it? Heat Squad. Then you had, well, the Creation. What's another new crew? But then they had all the winners of the King of the Circle. They got together and then made a group called the Footwork Kings. Like, they do some amazing stuff. Now I'm seeing folks in Japan footworking and wherever else. I'm like, dang, So it's live. I'm glad to see the come up. I'm glad to see it come up. Like, maybe one day I'll be able to go to a party somewhere and folks is footwork. I'm like, Soul Train, all them folks. Yep, I'm done. All right, y'all have a good night.